We are with Palo, the author of Palo's Guide to the Essential Foods of Italy. Thank you so much for having me here.
Oh, you're very welcome.
One of the essential foods of Italy that you talk about in your book is olive oil, and
so very essential.
Love it. What exactly is olive oil for the uninitiated, if anyone is still uninitiated?
Well, there is only one fruit that you get oil from, and that's the olive. The olive varieties are so different, and each type of olive oil that you get from the different regions of Italy is going to be very different.
And so people think of olive oil sometimes as, you know, their basic cooking oil. Where does that typically come from, and how should people choose their olive oil for cooking?
We like to cook with olive oil. Olive oil can be tricky cooking with it because it's quick to burn, and that flash point is very
Don't want it on high heat.
So you have to worry about the heat. But if you choose the right extra virgin olive oil, something which is going to have a little bit better ability to go with heat, then I would use a regular good extra virgin olive oil for cooking. Take it off the fire and then enhance it with what I call a finishing oil, something really special. Heat deteriorates olive oil. So you want to store it in a pantry which is away from the stove, not above the stove.
Right, and not next to the stove.
In a cool place.
And when you have that terminology, extra virgin olive oil, you know, people see it in the store and they say, oh, that means it's better.
Okay, extra virgin olive oil simply means the acidity level. You cannot taste acidity, first of all, all right? It can only be tested. If the olive oil is less than 0.8% acidity, it is considered extra virgin olive oil. But 0.8% acidity is pretty high, and that quality of extra virgin olive oil is probably at the lowest level that you would want to buy. Usually an estate olive oil, something where the olives are harvested early in the season, usually hand-picked and pressed almost immediately, within hours. Usually you'll get what we call a high polyphenol count. That's where you get all your antioxidants, all your benefits for olive oil. But you'll also get a very low acidity. And that is the type of olive oil that really is where you want to buy for finishing, for eating the olive, I say. Olive oil is never fresh enough. In other words, you would want to buy the olive oil within the year of the harvest. Harvest in Italy takes place, usually starts around October 15th and runs through maybe the middle of December at the absolute latest. My grandmother used to say, olio nuovo, vino vecchio. Fresh olive oil, old wine. It's very important. That's the number one. That's the number one rule.
And so we have these 3 olive oils in front of us. Tell me a little bit about what we're going to taste.
Okay, well, I gave you an array of 3 different olive oils from 3 different regions of Italy. I wanted to show you how diverse and how special each and every one is. The first one I'd like you to try is the one from Liguria, the Italian Riviera. This is the most delicate and very buttery. I hold it in my hand and sort of turn it around a little bit, covering it, and then placing it right to my nose so I could get the aroma.
Oh, yeah.
Tasting olive oil, just a few drops on the tip of your tongue, and slurp it in. You'll notice I'll have a buttery effect on your palate and on your tongue. And then you're going to get the full sensation. It's a single olive variety. That's another question to ask. What type of olive is in the olive oil? In this case, it's 100% Tajasca. Tajasca is the typical olive from Liguria. And
what would you recommend using this olive oil? So obviously Ligurian olive oil with Ligurian pesto.
Right.
What else?
You know, I like this olive oil very, very much on top of grilled fish, as I mentioned before, making pesto, or if you're going to have a simple tomato mozzarella salad. I love that because of the delicate nature of this particular one.
Overwhelm the mozzarella.
Now we're going to go all the way down to the other end of Italy, to Sicily. This here is from the area of Trapani, Sicily. It's an area where they have such abundance of olives, bright, full-flavored olives. We're going to taste the single olive variety called Ceresuola, which is probably the fruitiest. The Sicilian olive oil tends to have this aroma of freshly cut grass. Bright, intense aroma. Now when you go to taste it, you're going to have all that fruit of the olive with a green tomato finish. This is really exceptionally good, although you can use it with fish, and the Sicilians certainly do. It's my favorite olive oil for vegetables. I love to brush this on vegetables and then grill them. And the third olive oil is from Tuscany. Now, Tuscany is famous for wine, grapes, right?
And olive oil.
And olive oil.
Right.
And Tuscan olive oil, you're going to, because it's landlocked, it's going to be much more aggressive, much more intense in flavor, much more of that pepper finish that you're going to find in the back of your throat. And this is my go-to olive oil for beans. It's my go-to olive oil when I have steak. There's 2 olives in this particular one. It's called the Frantoio and Moriolo.
So really, we should just keep trying it all until we find the perfect one for us.
Absolutely. And the key is to experience it. We don't drink the same wine every day.
Right.
Try different olive oils different times from different areas of Italy, from other countries as well, you know, which make very good olive oil, Spain, Greece, Tunisia, Morocco. But for me, my life, my world is Italian olive oil.
Well, thank you so much for teaching us all about olive oil.
Oh,
really
you're very
appreciate
welcome.
it. And obviously, if you want to know more about all types of Italian cuisine beyond olive oil, pick up the book. Thank you so much.
Thank you.